Hey guys, welcome back to Big Bro. This is Reacts. I'm Tess.
What's going on, y'all?
And today we're reacting to The Flash.
Season 8, Episode 2, Armageddon, Part 2. So we had Ray in the house, but he left, surprisingly. Barry now has 7 days to prove that he's not going to be the destruction of the world.
And he literally already did so much to prove that, but I don't know. He's just going to have to go to the future for himself.
That's what I said. So we're going to figure out what they're doing this week and how he's going to solve this problem. So we're going to get into it. All and other reactions are available on Patreon.
I thought we had truce. I thought as much. Your bravery is strengthened by the reassurance you gain from enhanced healing.
It doesn't mean it hurts any less.
Pain is the debt we pay for change, and I'm here to change the future.
What would cause me to turn my back on everything I've sworn to protect?
Madness. Many times in the past, the pain you suffered nearly crushed you. But soon a new despair will befall you.
Not really. He's lost a lot.
An unbroken chain of sorrow.
He's still here.
Your mind will crack. And with it, the world ends. Your power has recently accelerated. But so too has your ability to descend into madness. Tragedy is coming for you, Flash. What remains to be seen isn't whether or not you'll break. It's when. Tomorrow is the beginning of the end. Your end. I've granted you a chance to defy destiny, but I'll be staying close by. As soon as I sense your mind turning mad, I'll find you. Good luck fighting fate, Flash.
I mean, the legends do that every day. So.
I'll be watching. I'll be watching. I'll be watching.
Okay, uplink to the tower mainframe is secure. You now have access to our alien database,
Alex.
including any intel we have on this Despero.
I appreciate you helping, Alex.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll keep digging and see what I can find out. But if this Despero has managed to stay off of our grid, then he is a greater threat than any alien we faced. Keep your guard up.
Well, you heard
I
her.
hope that's not just her only appearance. I thought she was actually going to come as Sentinel.
Destroy the world.
What if he's right? I mean, look, we all saw how a massive boost of speed affected Barry before.
He gained speed thinking, but as a result,
I turned on the people I love. That's not gonna happen this time.
Barry isn't a threat to us. Despero is. And his story doesn't add up. I mean, come on. Doesn't anyone else think it's weird that an alien cares so much about Earth? He's not even from here.
Wherever he's from, here's what we know.
I
I ran a bioscan on Despero the minute he entered Star Labs. His anatomy is
Still
unlike
weird.
anything I've ever studied before. He has strength and invulnerability that rivals Kryptonians.
Yeah, he does.
How are we gonna stop him from killing you?
Prove them wrong. If something does happen, then we need to be ready to stop it. Protecting the city is still our top priority.
Even from you.
Really, Frost? You getting frosty up in here?
Something bad's supposed to happen today. All I keep thinking about is you.
I promise I have a very safe and boring day planned. Cecile's working on a big case, so after some work, I'm gonna stop by and help her with Jenna. They both have been having a pretty hard time lately.
Where's my boy Joe?
No one's hurt, but the on-duty security guard is being hospitalized for some sort of breakdown. The witnesses said the guy lost his mind and started babbling nonsense. Then he fired his weapon into the air and everyone ran out. By the time anyone got back inside, the vault was empty and the guard was stark raving mad. It took 4 officers to restrain him.
I'm on it.
Alan! I need you to stand down. I need you to turn in your badge. You've been suspended.
Why?
What?
I just came from the mayor's office. You're under investigation for federal crimes.
Huh?
Excuse the shit out of me.
Your badge, Alan. Now.
Barry didn't do anything. That's weird.
You're under investigation for federal crimes. Your badge, Alan.
Can you not, like, lurk around me, bro?
Alan, I know this must be a shock.
Captain, hold on. What am I supposed to have done?
2 years ago, Joseph Carver had a mole manipulating evidence in CCPD.
Yeah, Millie Rollins, aka Sunshine. We caught her.
Oh, her?
And the DA was reviewing her case as a part of an internal audit. Now, I don't know what exactly, but he also found new evidence that points to Carver having a second inside man. You.
That's crazy. I mean, why would I help Joseph Carver?
That's for the DA to suss out. I'm sorry. It's above my pay grade. Now, please, leave the scene.
No, I have to find out what happened here.
Just come back as a
I
Flash.
think you'd have other concerns right now.
I mean, Carver said a guard lost his mind. What if that happens to somebody else? People could get hurt. Look, Captain, I know you only have my word, but you gotta believe me. I'm innocent. So please, just let me do my job.
If Joe were here right now, he'd say I should learn from last year and keep an open mind.
Where is he?
Which is why I promise you, I will get to the bottom of this and find out the truth. But until I do, I'm sorry, Alan. You have to leave.
This is insane. Your CCPD record is stellar. Everyone knows that Rollins was nothing but Carver's lackey.
Can you find out what evidence they have against me?
Oh, Barry, I'm gonna do a hell of a lot more than that. I am gonna bleed them dry for doing this to you.
You go.
Are you feeling all right?
No. I'm sorry. It's just been hard lately. I mean, you know why.
No, I don't.
We're not alone in here.
Desperos. Creepy
I
ass.
feel another presence in this room.
Can you go away, bruh?
I'm not. This is a psychic manifestation of my consciousness, appearing only to you in order to assess your mental stability.
Barry,
Assess it at the end of the day.
who are you
I don't
talking to?
need you to stalk me all day. That's so creepy. How am I supposed to
Bro,
focus?
I said
There's
so like
nothing wrong with
every
my mind.
3 hours or
It's him,
something.
isn't it?
Your mind is suffering due to this tragedy. But no, it hasn't broken
Yet.
yet.
He wants it to break. Because that's how he's approaching it, I feel like.
You sure he's not what drives you insane?
No, I'm not.
Starting to drive me
But I
insane.
do think
Girl, because that bothers me.
there's another explanation for what's happening.
Sound like you got possessed by a demon or
That
something.
scared me.
Caitlin, hey, good timing. I think I've got a clue to run to the Star Lab search satellites.
Barry, we need you here right now.
The city is shutting down Star Labs.
What?
Lock this place down. I want that radiation leak found.
Get here, fast.
So shit is really hitting the fan right now. I mean, like,
You can't just come in here and kick us out of our own
Right.
offices.
we can find the damn
Public
radiation
Safety
leak.
Act?
Past 4 years ago, after the Meta fallout, nearly took out the city.
Excuse me, I'm Barry Allen. I own this facility.
Mr. Allen, we detected dangerous levels of radiation within your facility.
That's her.
This lab's a day away from a meltdown.
That's impossible. We would have noticed if things were that bad.
Maybe not. I just checked out the safety logs. Our radiation scanners haven't updated in over a week.
What happened?
This is part of our early detection array that monitors radiation levels inside the place, but it's corroded. Hasn't been functioning for a while. Sensors in the subterranean power core currently read over 1,000 rads.
Consider yourselves lucky. Another day you'd all be in ICU. Seal off that power core and get an external containment team stat.
What kind of containment?
We need to construct a concrete and steel encasement around this entire facility in order to contain the radioactive material. Then we'll demolish Star Labs and move the debris to a
What?
nuclear waste site.
You're gonna demolish it?
Can't do that.
Safety board makes the final call. But this looks pretty bad. Excuse me.
Damn that. Time travel and go catch that early on. I wouldn't.
Bruh.
This is
I'm
already
going back in
swarming
the
with city workers
past.
to think into the inner levels.
I can't see that drastically changing the future.
Okay, our home base.
That's why I need you to grab what you're able to, conceal the lab's critical areas, and get out.
And take
I mean, I'm
all Cisco's journals too.
somebody's probably gonna have some questions about
Hello,
the prison
Barry
that they ran underneath.
Can you pull up the controls for the holographic emitters?
What the
and
hell
set
is they
them for
doing
manual?
here?
Understood. Preparing task.
Must be old plans.
Sequence complete. However, Team Flash data on internal servers will compromise your identity if discovered. Standing by for emergency data wipe.
Gideon, is there any other way?
No, Barry Allen. All information within Star Labs must be erased in order to assure your safety. This includes myself. This is the best option.
I'm so sorry, Gideon.
It has been an honor working with you, Barry Allen.
Damn.
You think I took a chip with her?
It has been an honor working with you, Barry Allen.
So we really about to just get rid of Star Labs. When this event done, it's gonna be a whole new season because new locations, new everything. I guess.
I'm gonna go.
Where y'all gonna go? The Hall of Justice? I mean, it's been 8 seasons. I wouldn't mind them getting a new base, like Arrow did. They ended up getting a new base, but still, it's like that sucks.
In that lab than anywhere I've ever lived.
He's had the
These
worst
setbacks
day.
aren't proof that Despero's right about the future.
They're not proof he isn't either.
I know, but we gotta have faith. Something caused the security guard to lose his mind.
This has to be related.
Now, I was gonna use the Starlab satellites to follow a lead. Luckily, we have someone on our team who is an expert at exposing the truth.
Iris?
Zotar is the name of a meta-criminal in National City.
So that's a meta.
A psychic meta who controls her victims' minds and drives them crazy. And you know what this means?
So that could be the real reason I lose my mind today.
And catching her will prevent it.
All I have to do is find her.
Yeah, but you don't know exactly what her powers, like how they work.
It could either be eye contact or she says something
Yeah, she's
and you
found
respond
me.
and she gets...
Let me guess, you're psychic too.
Not psychic, just patient. I knew if I ran around the city long enough, eventually you'd show yourself.
How very underwhelming and basic of you.
What do you say we take a quick trip to Iron Heights?
What?
What the hell is wrong with you?
What's going on?
You zooped in out of nowhere and started destroying the place.
What? No,
You almost lightning blasted Chuck.
Wow. She's good. That's why I said they shouldn't have rushed in there like that.
Yeah. You should have let her find you and get as much leading as you could. Because just knowing she has psychic powers was already a hunch, but you needed more.
Hey, listen.
I don't think we should have stopped the talk. He should have immediately ran up with the cuffs on her.
I didn't do this, and I'm not going insane.
Barry, we saw you.
Dude, she's right. You came in there all lathered up out of control. Lever had to blast you, man.
I can prove I'm myself now. Or at least Caitlin can.
Your amygdala activity and cortisol levels are elevated within normal parameters. Even if you're really you again, it doesn't explain what just happened.
No, I know who's responsible for this. Right before it happened, I intercepted a meta called Zotar. She controls her victims' minds. What are the odds a meta who commits telepathic assaults on people shows up the same day Despero claims I'm gonna lose my mind?
Well, that does make a lot more sense.
Okay, we need to find Zotar and stop this from happening. And keep Despero from killing you.
I don't know why, but I feel like he's dreaming.
Satellites.
It was my first thought,
I
but
can search the
It
city.
does not look
I
real.
found her once, I can find her again.
Cross needs help setting up a portable med
I feel like
lab
it's
with the
real.
equipment.
At first I thought it was a dream, but
Com/cortex type sit in my garage.
All right, do it. You said yourself, this isn't your world. You're hiding something from me.
I saw my planet Kalanor overrun by evil. I was forced to see the people I loved suffer and die under the fist of a despot. Then I was chosen to lead a band of rebels attempting a coup. We were triumphant. However, when the time came to cut the head off the snake, I chose to spare the oppressor's life. But my mercy was misguided, because it allowed that madman to rise again and rain down horrors 1,000 times worse.
wow.
Makes sense.
I was spared,
Because he's scared.
because he knew for me the only fate worse than death would be losing my home world.
Whatever's coming, I can handle it.
Crisis and tragedy are like fires flash. Some are strong enough to endure them, but others are destined to be consumed by them. Soon we'll find out who you are.
So you keep saying. Now go on about your business.
Frost asked me to build a weapon to hurt Despero.
But you're...
Pacifist. You know, I still remember the exact moment that I decided to be a pacifist. I had just seen Marvin the Martian's ray gun, so I decided to make one of my own. When I demoed it for my best friend. It malfunctioned. And, well,
They killed
I
him.
burned his parents' house down.
You just make enemies left and right. Everybody hates him. I just feel like everybody in this dude's life hates him. First set them people up to get their careers with Ray. Then turn them down. Burn his friend's house down.
What's that?
Okay, I built a temporary comm system by piggybacking off cell towers. And I'm also using it to scan for CCPD chatter about criminal activity, right? Flash?
Yeah, we cannot work
We
like
got trouble.
that.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
They're on their way to your house. How much you want to bet, brother?
Chris, step
You
aside.
got it in bet.
But if I did that, then how would I grab all the priceless art you're transporting? Officer, you sound insane.
Well, good thing he had a helmet on. He made them like mindless zombies.
Central City Museum
Ew,
shouldn't have
that
such
is
late
not. That's literally.
Somebody probably paid $1 million for it.
Yeah, that's literally stuff.
You're done messing with
Slapped
other people's
on.
minds, Zotar, including mine.
I wouldn't even stop to talk.
That
You don't
was
got
your
no-
first mistake again.
You ain't got no type of mind dampeners or
Makes
nothing.
you feel like less of the failure. I dug my claws into your mind long before you even arrived.
I would say she's dope.
Apologies for not mentioning the telekinesis. Didn't take a crystal ball to know I'd eventually have to catch you by surprise. You know, back in the day, my specialty was bending spoons.
Ooh.
His backpack is snapping in half.
Oh my god. He ain't got no type of backup. She gonna break his back? God damn.
So you can't run.
I can stop Zoltar! I just need to generate enough lightning!
But, Barry, you need friction to build up that kind of kinetic energy. If you can't run, you can't throw lightning.
Didn't he throw it the other day without running?
Yeah. No, he probably ran it after first.
I swear he was standing there.
His back should have been strong.
He's letting it build up inside of him on purpose.
Caitlin, what happens if his body can't hold his lightning anymore?
It
I think we're
unleashes.
about to find out.
He's gonna make himself kind of like lightning explode, but it's just gonna be like the energy coming out. It'd be kind of cool.
She's a fool for tilting. She's not towards her.
I think she's losing control. There we go. Holy shit, that was badass. I'm really loving Barry this season, like how powered up he is. It's about fucking time. That's what I'm talking about. Put the damn cuffs on her, done playing games with her ass. But she knew he was coming, so I guess that makes sense
The
why it
guard
wouldn't have
entire
worked.
attack
But still,
recovered as soon as she was
that was
infected.
badass.
Now
So
she
did
gave his
everyone else she
mind.
attacked.
How you feeling, Barry?
I think since she has
Like
been a
it's
dampener, she
barely
has to
past
be.
lunchtime. Already feels like the longest day of my life.
But it also
It
feels
is
like it's going to be a good one now that we got Zotar.
See
We don't
your
have to worry about the
trace
rest
or
of the day
something,
or you losing your sanity. Well, in that
She
case,
shouldn't have
I
any
don't know
control
about you
over
guys.
it with dampeners, though.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't we meet up with Iris at Jones to Seals? See if we can talk Joe into whipping
I mean, don't mean his brain ain't screwed up, but
That's not funny, Barry.
what'd he
What
say?
did he say?
Something about Joe.
Ask him to grill some burgers instead.
Why are you doing that?
Doing what?
Acting like Joe's still alive, man.
Excuse the fuck out of me?
What are
Is
you
that
talking about?
the lost Cecile's been talking about?
You don't remember?
No, I don't fucking remember. What are you talking about?
Barry, Joe died 6 months ago.
Y'all not about to kill my favorite character off screen.
What? No. I don't believe you.
You're right. This isn't real. There's no way.
We'll figure it out.
He's trapped in his mind.
Why don't you just sit down and let Caitlin take a look at your lightning?
Y'all got me and Joe fucked up. I haven't.
Where is he?
Barry, you're scaring me.
Where is he?
Who?
Joe!
No, because
The
no.
eulogy has funeral.
They did this for what?
This can't
No,
be
this is
real.
wrong. Iris, this is wrong. We have to investigate this. We have to
Iris
find out
should
what
have
really
been
happened.
torn to
He's not
pieces.
dead.
There's
He
no
can't
way.
be.
Damn it, Barry.
Joe's gone. Why can't you just accept that?
What the fuck is happening? I can't even make sense of this.
No, because no.
No. He has to be trapped in some nightmare timeline or some
You're
shit.
saying all these things all of a sudden. It's like the last 6 months, this living nightmare never even happened. What are you doing? I can't do this with you. Barry, I can't do it.
Cecile, listen to me. Joe's not
Yes.
dead.
Yes, he is.
I didn't
He's
see
dead. And I'm trying to move on. Why won't you let me do that?
Cecile, please.
Barry, you're all over the news.
What?
it. Mm-mm.
What did you do?
Nothing.
After apprehending a criminal earlier today, the Flash, for reasons unknown, committed a crime of his own. Warning, this footage may be disturbing to some viewers. Our camera woman was barely able to escape with her life. Unluckily, there were no deaths today, despite what city officials estimate are millions of dollars in damage. But other members of our crew, along with dozens of innocent civilians, were injured in the Flash's brazen attack. Once again, our top story. More on this unprecedented breaking development as we head to our reporter on the ground.
Despero's doing something to him.
I don't remember doing that.
Despero's doing something to his mind. This is all a game.
Loft. Or almost killing her in Chester either. Barry, we can blame Zotar for the loft. But she was in Medicos when you destroyed City Hall.
You see?
No,
It's been you all along,
you're
Flash.
doing something. I
Now
don't know
you
what the fuck
believe
you're
me.
doing,
No.
but this ain't right.
This is one of your illusions. That's it.
Yeah, this ain't real.
Iris, Cecile, you have to believe me.
Enough! This ends now!
Nah, beat his ass.
Get out of my house.
The empath. Well, your power's no match for me. So for now, sleep.
That's what he was doing to folks at Young Justice, just knocking them right out.
If it's me you want, get it over with.
Gladly.
Now who the hell is this?
That's all I got. Barry, run.
And move back.
Why am I fighting this threat alone? Stand in my way again, any of you, and suffer the consequences. I will find the Flash and end him before he brings about Armageddon.
So is Barry gonna be alright?
Honestly, we don't know.
For years, we had heard rumors and whispers from the dark corners of the galaxy about the flame of Pytar, which is an energy source that was supposedly the sentient heart of the planet Kalinor. But just when we started to think that this was a pan-galactic urban legend, you guys are the first to meet an actual Kalinorian. Thanks to you guys, we've opened an official file on Despero. Kara and John, they're off-world, but we'll keep investigating.
Off-world doing what?
Anything that can help take
Good
it out.
question.
You guys stay safe, okay?
Yeah, thanks. You
At least
too.
they explain why Supergirl's not,
Well, we may not be the tower or have access to Star Labs, but Chesapeake can still roll up his sleeves and see what I can come up with to help track down Barry.
Assuming he wants to be found.
We'll get Barry back.
Yeah, but what will he be like when we do?
I can't see Joe being dead 6 months ago and Iris is just living her best life. Something ain't right. Was that just Oliver suit the feels? My man's is gone. Yeah, calling all Justice League members because this is some old bullshit. Well, the Legends are probably unreachable. Supergirl's off planet. Ryan don't know what damn just.
Did you see?
You look
My
like
man,
that
Black Lightning.
I need your help.
Barry, what the hell's going on?
Injustice.
They brought my man's out of retirement. Well, it was a damn good episode. They makes sense. Jeff is the only one that kind of shows up with Kara and Jean being off-world. The legend stuck in 1925. Who else is on the team? Ryan don't know anything about this team since Kate was the original member. The only one I guess they didn't explain is Superman, but he's the only one that would be around. Unless he's doing something off-world too, or I don't know, or busy fighting somebody. But yeah, all the other League members are gone right now. But I don't know. I don't even know what to make of this.
Yeah, because it felt like they were in a dream or something. But I don't know, because why would he, like you said, why would he attack his own illusions?
Right,
And
that doesn't make sense.
If he did do that, he'd only do it for Barry to make Barry believe it was reality.
So I'm coming to the conclusion that he's also being manipulated and used to take down Barry. But he's so powerful, what could trick him? What, he's mentally so strong, like how can somebody play with his mind?
Exactly.
And I can understand the emotions from Cecile feel real, but from Iris, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling Joe's dead from Iris. I just, no. Yeah. Look at when Barry disappeared at the end of season 3, I believe, and going into season 4, Iris was broken and distraught for months. So you're telling me her dad is dead and she's cool. She's just running shit at Central City Media or whatever.
Like it's just a casual Saturday.
Didn't mention it, nothing.
Or
no. Didn't have a picture hung up around her house or nothing. Like no, something ain't right. Something ain't right. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it all, bringing in Jeff, Alex, like the conversations sometimes feel real, just not with Iris. But then it's like, how? I don't know. I feel like they're in like some nightmare timeline, but how would Barry get there? How would somebody put Barry in a different timeline?
The part where he went up to face the psych villain could have been real, and then he went into there after he appeared in his apartment and attacked them. So they say. But
I feel like Despero would know if Barry's being manipulated, right?
Yeah, because he's watching him.
So it would make more sense for him to stop the entity controlling Barry than to just kill Barry.
Exactly.
So I don't know. It can't be her. It can't be the psychic girl.
Alright. Well,
every logical explanation I'm trying to check off is just not. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not clicking. Like nothing is making sense.
But when they thought he was making a joke about him being his about Iris' dad being dead. That was so funny. I was just like,
I heard what they said, but I was like, wait, I don't think I heard that right. I'm like, what?
What did he say?
They said, huh?
What did Barry say?
He said something about throwing food on the grill, and having Joe grill or whatever. And they're like, that's not funny. I'm like, I'm like, wait, what? What we talking about? Because I was wondering. I said it last episode. I'm like, where's Joe? I mean, I know he hadn't been around much, but I'm like, what? Where he at? You know,
I just thought he was on vacation until I seen Cecile, and I was like, nah. I
would have just assumed that he was just not going to be in this crossover. Maybe Jesse Amar was taking a break, and maybe he very well may be if this is not real. But I just can't see him leaving the show without an actual exit to his character, like without us seeing it. He's too big of a character. That's an OG. You don't do that. So this isn't gonna stick. This isn't real. But I just want to know how we got here. That's what I need to know.
We should have picked up on it though, because I mean, like, not really, but like been like questioning what she meant by that. Because when Barry was getting his badgers on, she was like, Joe would have did something a couple months back if he was still here.
She was saying if Joe was here, so my mind went to, oh, he's off and on vacation.
Yeah, that's why I said on vacation.
And then when Cecile last episode was talking about loss, my mind didn't think anything drastic because...
And she said it was hard in her study or in her office too.
I'm thinking maybe they'll explain it, just setting up a
was.
storyline for her. I didn't think it would be Joe. Something ain't right with
she
that.
Meant like, maybe it was hard because Joe just got attacked. I don't know.
Is it possible that somebody, I don't know how this would be possible, but Barry's become so powerful or whatever. Maybe, I'm thinking Thawne somehow is changing events in the timeline, but Barry's not feeling, he's not feeling any ripple effects. Like his mind is still there. Like, you know how like it would just create, like it would deviate from the timeline and then it would just create a new reality or whatever. Yeah. Like I feel like Barry, it's not deviating, it's just changing things in certain different times, but Barry's just still living in the present day. Like, so say Reverse Flash in present day went back in time, killed Joe. Now that Barry didn't see it, Barry didn't live that. That wasn't in his normal timeline, but it changed, and it changed everybody but him. But Barry's so powerful, it's not affecting him, so he didn't know it happened. Like, does that make sense?
Kind of.
Like, he's so powerful that when the timeline changes, it's not changing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not feeling the changes, the events of changing. If that makes some sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like the sudden urges of power he's been getting lately have to tie into what's happening. Like, I don't know. That's the only conclusion that I can come up with, is that Reverse Flash is manipulating the timeline, because we know the Earth still exists, but they don't know that. So maybe after Crisis there was some sort of change to how the Speed Force and stuff work.
Oh, never mind. The one dude.
Yeah, I think maybe after Crisis and, you know, everything that's been happening with the Speed Force lately, I feel like there's some change to how time works now. But I wouldn't be surprised if Nora popped up and was like telling him some stuff, like some things have happened, but he needs to review the timeline. Like, something's not right. And then we just destroyed Gideon, who was our reviewer of the timeline. Yeah. So it's like he can't even verify what these events.
And we're using freaking old-fashioned telephones to know when there's an attack on the city. Like, bro. Everything's
just too coincidental. Like, Barry's under investigation. Star Lab's getting shut down. Barry attacking the city. Joe's dead. Like, no. I've had bad days.
Did it wrong. It was Joe's dead then.
I wasn't doing it in order. I'm just saying, I ain't never seen somebody have such a bad day. Like, no. Too coincidental. There's no way. So, I can see maybe if they were going for these things keep happening and Barry starts losing his mind because it's just too much to deal with. But no, he's actually losing. They're making it seem like he's losing his mind, but I don't think that's it. I think things are just happening so drastically and they're not. Well, he is kind of losing his mind. He's doing stuff that he's not aware of. But it's like he's not aware of, like, the passing of time.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Like, what in his head does he think happened after he arrested the girl? Like, where does his mind go? What was the next event that played in his head? Like, he ran to where?
He ran to where, I was about to say Cisco, where, the basement, no, not the basement, the garage where they're holding their supplies and stuff.
So he's telling me he don't remember, like, he don't feel like there's a missing piece in his mind. Like, I don't know. Something ain't right, though.
Yeah.
Something ain't right. We're gonna figure it out, though. Black Lightning in the house. I'm excited to see what part he'll play.
Say 7 words.
Yeah, his part will probably be bigger than the next part. I was hoping Alex would come in person. I would love to see her.
Hopefully next episode or next episode.
She'll probably eventually come when, like, there's more fighting and stuff. Like, she'll probably come to help out, especially since Cara and them are not here. Plus, if Despero ends up needing contained, she's gonna need to do that, especially with, I think she's probably at the new DEO that they created, so
yeah,
she'll probably come in with some officers or something. Who else is supposed to appear? We still got to see Batwoman. We still got to see Mia. So some stuff it has to do with the timeline because we're going to get Mia from the future, right? So Barry's going to time travel at some point. But I'm just wondering, like, who we going to be fighting? Is it really going to be Despero? Is it going to be Reverse Flash? Is it some other entity out there? Because the other part that's just not making sense is how's all these events happening and Despero is not, like, knowing about them. Like, it doesn't, like, make sense. Like, he knows Barry's a hero and does all these good things, and he knows bad stuff happens to Barry, and he just spirals. But you're watching him the entire time. So if you're telling me you're watching him, and you're seeing all this happen, and it doesn't, like, you're not, something's like clicking, like, this doesn't make sense. His motivations from here to here aren't the same. Something's happening. Like, maybe I should investigate that. He's just like, no, I'm going to kill Barry. Like,
yeah, that'll solve all his problems.
Like, why aren't you trying to fix things instead of just looking for a reason to kill Barry? Like, do something useful other than come in and threaten me every 5 minutes. As soon as he
finds evidence or any sort of
like, you should be trying to fix stuff.
That's negative.
He's pissing me off. Like, you're not helping. You're just escalating everything, and there's no time to, like, think or catch up with events that are happening. Like, Jesus. I don't know. The first half of the episode, it started out slow, but they started getting crazy in the middle and the end. Yeah. It was a good episode, though. Anything you want to add, sister? All right, well, I'm definitely looking forward to part 3 now. This one was really good. Of course, we want to hear what you guys thought.
Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe for more reacts.
And we'll see you guys for Armageddon part 3.
Bye.